Greetings everyone. I'd like to welcome you to today's program. We're going to talk about things you can use around your house and repurposing things and some stuff going on in the yard. And so if you hang with me a little bit, we're going to go through some things and stuff that may help you. And let me grab the camera and we'll get started. If you got a drip edge on your house, a tote is a good way to collect water. Later on this summer it's going to get hot, and rainwater is the best to use when it comes to watering your plants. This tote I got here is an 18 gallon, and I got a little screen over it to kind of keep birds and things out. Right now it's empty, but this is a good method to use to collect you some rainwater. So later on in the summer when it's hot, you can have a way to water your garden without using a whole lot of city water. That stuff's full of chlorine and it's not real good for your plants. Plus, you can throw some Miracle-Gro in that water and it'll make your plants grow better. There's old Mau Mau the cat. He's out messing around today looking for something. I think he's just being curious. I was talking about repurposing things. I don't know if you can see that clothesline running around across right there. It's no longer being used for clothes, but I'm using it for like a trellis. You see them peas right there? I got them run up on that clothesline with some twine, and it makes a great trellis. Also, if you see those tomatoes, I'm using that kind of as a trellis for them too, and that's what I'm talking about when you talk about repurposing things. If you can plant some raised beds underneath them clotheslines in the right places, instead of going out and buying things to make a trellis, you've got a ready-made trellis already right there waiting on you. Them white poles in there I'm using for stakes. Those were closet hangers for hanging your clothes on, and I had those laying around, and they make good tomato stakes. They raise up and down, and that's what I'm talking about repurposing too. It's usually what's available to you. Look around your home before you go out and buy things to use for tomato stakes, and like little tie there. I'm using one to make like a tie for that trellis that goes up to that clothesline right there. That's what I'm talking about. Use what you got available. See if you can make use of it without spending a lot of money. I got an old ice box sitting there, and I use that old ice box to put fertilizers and garden tools and stuff like that in. It makes a great little chest to put your stuff in outdoors. It keeps the rain out and everything, and that's another way you can repurpose things. That first black tray I got sitting there, it's used to mix mortar with, but I bought that in at Lowe's. I think I gave $4 for it on sale, and it makes a good little planter. You can put some potting mix in there, and you can grow you some lettuce in that thing. I grew some last year in it. These are some of my plants that I showed you a while back, my little potted plants. Them's Tiny Tim tomatoes right there, them two in that gray and black pot. Also in that orange pot. And they're growing real well. Hopefully they'll put some on before too long. Here's another one of my Tiny Tims, and it's growing along real well. And if you look right there, you can see it's already putting on tomatoes. This is a determinate little plant, tomato plant, and it'll put all these tomatoes on first before one of them ever turn red. And once they do that, then the plant will die off. So if you got some of these and they're already putting on, if you want more, you just have to plant you some more. Also, when I'm talking about repurposing, take a look at that 2-liter bottle there. That one right there. That's garden lime in there. I caught a 40-pound bag of garden lime on sale at a store. It was for $1. So I took that bag, brought it home. I got me a bunch of 2-liter bottles, and I put that 40-pound bag of garden lime into that 2-liter bottles. It's got a cap and everything on it, and that lime will last you for a long time. And it stays dry and it stores easily in a tote. And I buy 10-pound bags of fertilizer. That's 10, 10, 10 in that little container right there at Walmart. And that little container will hold about 2.5, 3 pounds of that fertilizer. You can store your fertilizer in some little container like this, and when you go to your garden you can use it to fertilize your plants, and then when you're done you put the lid back on it. You can store them very easily in a tote, and your fertilizers will stay dry, and you'll have a container that you can use to go out in your garden and fertilize with. Yeah, again, I was talking to you about ways to save money and reuse things around your house, like that peanut container. It used to hold peanuts, but I put fertilizer and things like that in. You got plenty of 2-liter bottles and stuff around you use, and drinks and stuff you can use for a storage container. The day we live in, you know, you got to save your dollars where you can, and gardening thrifty is a good idea. You don't need the most expensive stuff in the world. If you're going to do containers like pots and stuff like that, if you're buying mixes, make sure you get a pot mix designed for pots and containers you would use on a deck. Yeah, you can make your own if you want to, I mean, but they already got good stuff mixed up out here, and you can use it to get a garden going successfully. Like I say before, myself, I use a 10, 10, 10 fertilizer, and I use like that garden lime, and use a little bit of Epsom salts along the way, and it helps my garden grow. If you get a good topsoil from one of the box stores, and you mix it with a good compost from one of those stores, and you use a little 10, 10, 10 fertilizer along the way, you can have a successful garden. I've got a product here, and that's it. And this is tomato formula. They got more than one, but this is a liquid type of fertilizer that I use, and it's got a little bit of got a little cup in there, a little spoon-like, and that spoon represents a tablespoon and a half. It says put a tablespoon and a half to a gallon and a half of water and use it every 14 to 7 days. Well, what I'm saying is use that one green spoon, big spoonful, to 2 gallons of water, and it'll help extend your fertilizer. It'll also be enough. Don't overuse any fertilizers out there that you see. There's more than one liquid type of fertilizer, but I use Miracle Grow. I'm not advertising for the company, but I've used it all of my life, as long as I can remember when they made it. So it's a very efficient product, and it's very efficient in growing tomatoes and all your other vegetables that you are considering growing. Around here we have a short growing, it's not a short growing season. It goes from, I'd say, about April until maybe October as far as the summer type of vegetable. And so we want to be able to get as much of it out of it as we can in that time period. And using these type of products will get that accomplished for you. So that's all I've got for today, but until I see you the next time, remember, try to save money where you can and use products around the house when you can, and that way you won't have so much invested.